Alright guys, placing door pin bushings. So you've got 3 10mm bolts you've got to take out. One at the top, one at the bottom, one right here that holds the latch that stops the door right here. Once you get those 3 bolts out, you unplug the wiring harness that goes through here. You can see there's a rubber grommet. There's 2 plugs, one under the kick panel, and this one here plugs up to the fuse box. Then the wiring slides right out. Once you get all that unhooked, you just lift the door up. As you can see, it just raises straight up and comes off. Then you'll need to get you a grinder, because we're going to have to grind the back side of these pins off to put our new pins on, which have little nuts on them. We'll grind all 4 of them off and we'll come back. Alright, so we got our bushings in. And if we look at this hinge, we can see that the bottom hole is slightly bigger than the top hole. And if we look at our 2 pins, one is slightly smaller than the other. This is the big one, this is the small one. The small one goes in the top and the big one goes in the bottom. So now that we've got our bushings in, we just install this bracket back in here, and then we're going to put our pins in. I can't do it with one hand, it's kind of tight fit. I need to tap it with a hammer. We'll be back. I would also like to say this is a good time to put grease on these bushings before you put the pin in. That way everything's greased, it'll last a little bit longer. Well, there she is, folks. All greased up, all 4 installed. Took me about 30 minutes, not too hard. We're gonna hang the door. Alright folks, if I had one suggestion to make, it would be to roll this window down before you start this process. If you're doing it by yourself, if you've got to hang it by yourself, I would definitely recommend doing that. This plug here and its wiring is not completely sealed back up, but I don't really care. I'm not going to sit here and freak with it at the moment. What I do care about is I got the door in. I got all 3 of those 10mm bolts in. As you can see, the new pins. And this is the money shot here. Just like that. Maybe even softer. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, she's tight. She's closed. She ain't going nowhere. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.